Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Parkas Pandari. Today I am going to presentation on the topic of reporting and documenting a special building in a New Zealand construction. In this presentation, we are going to talk about analysis of small building structures, substructure elements, key structural element of a building, and many more other things. So first, we are going to talk about why structural analyzing of structure of small building is important. So it is important for ensuring safety, compliance with the code, durability, efficiency, and functionality. So let's move to the another slide. So another topic is important and elements of a small building design in New Zealand. There are several importance of a small building, like affordable. The processing of a small building is quite simple and it take less time, so it can be more affordable, and the materials which are used in a building, a small building, are less and cheap, so it will be affordable for everyone. Environmental impact. So while making a small building, the small building have a less environmental footprint, so it will have a less impact on the environment. So we can say it has a less effect on the environment. Urban and rural development. So in urban areas, a small building has to solve problem like crisis of buildings, and in rural development areas, we can say that small building can help to utilize space. Flexibility and innovation. So we, in a small building, we can easily change, adapt changes, and we can use our innovation, design as we can. Regulatory compliance. In a small building, we have to follow rules and regulation, but less in compared to large building. So next, discussion on functionality and sustainability impact on designing process. Functionality performance refers to the how well the building structure achieve its intended purpose and support user activities. It is important because if the building has a good function, we can good functionality, then the we can use better usability. If the building has good function, the market value of the building is high. Disadvantage for a small building to make more functionality is limited space. We have to we have to control and sustainability. In sustainability, for a small building, we can easily install passive design, which adds to less use of energy resources. User needs in designing process are what clients want to install their like rooms, bathroom, kitchens in their buildings. Importance, advance, if user needs, if we focus and prioritize about user needs, then we can easily create comfortable and functionality of buildings. Disadvantage, if we focus on more in a small building about user needs, then we have to compromise about the building functions and other aesthetical appeals. Materials. In construction, there are several materials used in use for construction of a building, like a brick, cement, concrete. They have different properties. So if we choose the right materials which have less energy efficiency, which have a more energy efficiency, then it will be beneficial. If we choose the right materials, then we have to less care and less maintenance, so it will save our money for long term. So another topic is time. Time is most important while constructing a building. If we manage a proper time schedule, then we can hand over the customer about the projects in a given time. If we do that, then we can save money and overall expenses. Cost implications. Implication is another important factors in building construction. Here are some reasons behind inaccurate cost estimation. If the customer give incorrect project information, then it will lead to less cost estimations. If the site was not properly given or cleaned, then it will also take more time and money to clean that. If the building has a complex structure, it also takes time and money. Determine design criteria and safety factors in assessing design load. First, we have to know about the design load. How many types of design load that are. So here are dead load, live load, and environmental load. Dead load are the permanent load like wall, floor, foundation, which are the permanent load of the building. Live load is a temporary load, which are furniture, people, and equipments. In environmental load, there are wind loads, snow loads, seismic load, and other natural forces. Design criteria. So while designing building, we have to make some criteria for the building structure durability. So first we have to follow code compliance. It is most important and necessary to follow rules and regulations which are set by the government to make a building structure which withstand load without failures. Soil testing, and it also important to make a soil testing while doing our construction of building. If the land has a good soil, then we can use foundation according to that axis. While designing building, we have to make focus on the axis. We have to make our axis wide and good accessible for the disabilities person. Material properties. We have to keep focus on the material. What materials should we use while doing construction? Functionality and use. It's depend on the building which we are going to build or have. If we have to construct about commercial or residential, there are the different purpose of using functionality and uses. So we can construct as per the requirement. So safety factors. While constructing a building, we have to focus on some safety factors like load combination. In that topic, we have to set some loads like a live load, dead load, wind load, seismic load, and how the building will resist those kind of loads. Site specification adjustment. In that topic, safety factors are adjusted for the local condition like soil stability and exposed to harsh weathers. Inspection and quality control. Inspection and quality control is most important factors for safety factors while designing a building. If we do regular inspection or proper check of the quality or time or while having construction, it will be more beneficial for the building structure and the user of that building. Exploring factor influencing design criteria selections. So there are lots of factors which influence design criteria selections, like a building type and use. It's focus on comfortable in a residential, durability in an industry. Regulatory rules and regulations are also another topic which influence design criteria selections. Safety considerations, technology and innovations. If we use BIM, building information modeling, smart systems and other, then we can easily create and have a accurate information about construction sustainable goals. We have to use energy efficient and green building. Key structural elements. there are several types of key structural elements. Beam. Beam is a surface element that support vertical loads. Columns. Here are the different types of columns. You can see columns are the vertical building element designed to support and transfer load from the beams or floors. Floor is a horizontal surface of a metal that can be used in a building. Foundation. So foundation, foundation is a key structural element that holds the building into the ground and support structure. There are two different main types of foundation: shallow foundation and deep foundation. Foundation requirement. So while doing foundation, we have to consider some things like load bearing capacity, how the foundation can hold to load bearing, soil types and settlements of the building. Substructural element requirement. Substructure is the structure which are above below the ground. You can see in these pictures. Some requirements are examination. We have to keep proper examination while doing substructures, dam roofing, footing, and reinforcement concrete. We have to keep focus on that topic. So in conclusion, New Zealand building is vital for the affordable environmental impact and community development. A well-balanced approach ensures functionality, sustainability, and regulatory compliance. So effective time management and cost management further supports long-term functionality and well-being. So here are my reference. And thank you for having attention on my presentation.
Thank you.
Very nice, bro.
Very nice.
Thank you so much, Prakash.
Okay, I have a question. So, Prakash, can you compare small buildings and large buildings?
So while comparing small building and large building, time, small building take less time, while big building take large time. Material, we can use some limited materials in a small building, where we have to use more building in a more material in a large building. So time management also requires less in a small building, and it's take more in a big building.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have also one question. Can I ask the question?
Yeah.
How do foundation and substructures require, depending on the locations, types of small building in New Zealand, how they affect the locations, like foundations and the substructure? It's goes through either types of the soil or
So foundation, substructure are the structural element that above the ground. So while doing having foundation for a building, we have to do soil testing. If the building, if the soil has a proper and a good quality of soil, then we can easily install shallow foundation, which is suitable for commercial and residential building. For the shallow foundation, if there is soil is not good, then we can use a deep foundation like a pile foundation, according to the environment and climate, the environment and
Soil conditions.
topography.
Okay.
Okay,
One
thank
more
you so
question,
much.
bro. One more question.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.